up, you guys? It's your girl Risha, and I just want to briefly tell you that today is going to be a double upload. That's why I have on the same outfit. I ended the last video and I had this on, so I double uploaded today and I have this on, but nevertheless, don't mind any of that. Today I'm initially making this video because if you read the title, I want to let you know everything that I went through in life with a spinal fusion. Yes, you guys, I have a fusion, and it let me just say this, it has been a long ride, and a very traumatizing, traumatic experience due to the fact I'm gonna get into all of that, so just stay with me, okay? I had an accident, right, back in, what was this, almost like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, and that accident had me messed up with my back. Like, the hospital night, when I went to the hospital after the accident, I wasn't on my menstrual. The accident caused me to bring down my menstrual, so I'm bleeding up in there, and I'm wondering, why am I bleeding and my period is not even supposed to be here? So that is just one to top it off. Like, that whole night was so cray. I mean, man, if I'm still going through it. I'm still shocked and traumatized by it. That's why I don't like going in depth and detail about it. I just want to briefly give you an insight to understand me more and better, and let you know how life is living with a fusion. So I went to the hospital. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought being released, I was okay, but you know, you have to do your follow-up and this and that, and it was way down the line. I started feeling worse and worse and worse and worse. So ultimately, I tell the doctors, of course, and me being who I am, I do not like hospitals, blood and gore and needles, all that creepy stuff, guts bubbling stuff. Yeah, I have a weak stomach as it is, and throughout my childhood I always been a normal kid who doesn't have to be accident prone or go to hospitals or anything. So that should let you know, like, I do not like hospitals. So going on to after I tell my doctor that I'm having all this excruciating pain in my back. I mean, I was hunched over, couldn't sit up straight, was like real tight, like, ooh, didn't want nobody to touch me, like, you know, like my body and my actions was in a way that I already had the surgery already. Like, I was down bad, but I was playing it off like I was okay, you know, in my social life, because I still wanted to be social and active and things of that nature. But the pain initially caused me to slow down on all my party life. And when I say I love to dance in a party and wine and do all the Jamaican and West Indian, Caribbean dances, yes, that was me. I was your girl for that. I love exotic dancing. I love slow wine. That's my type of dancing. So had to slow down on all of that, not by choice, by force, because I never want to stop dancing. I even dance now to help me heal. Like, I use that as a form of medicine and exercise. So I don't think anything in this world could ever cause me to not be the happy, energetic, free spirited person that I am. God forbid, and thank God that this didn't happen. If I would have been in a wheelchair, I apologize, you guys. Your girl camera did just die, and I had to replace the battery and all of that good stuff. You know how that goes. But like I was saying, had I ended up in a wheelchair or whatever the case may be, your girl would have been in the wheelchair Olympics, like playing basketball, track, whatever the case may be. I still would have trying to be active in any and every way possible. So with that being said, I just want to let you know to like, comment, and share this video if you like to see more videos. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email me, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. You can leave your comments down below this video, and I'll just jump right back in. So after, you know, telling my doctor that I have so much pain and everything like that, surgery wasn't even on the table. It was more of physical therapy and things of that nature, and those things were failing me. So we went on to what did we go to? Injections. We did steroids, we did epidural, we did everything to try to avoid the surgery, and the pain and the issues was still persistent. So me being who I am, not liking surgery and pills and all that mess, I opted out. I said no, I'm gonna just live with it. And I thought I could live with it, but honestly I couldn't live with it. Like, I just needed something that was gonna help this pain, make me feel like, you know, I ain't gonna go through this no more. Like, I want to be able to sit up straight. I don't want to have to be in the type of excruciating pain that I'm in over this accident. So we go into surgery. Let me tell you, the day of the surgery, I was terrified, but thanks to my ancestors who I prayed to and talked to from the beginning of this accident, when I was in the wheelchair, when I was in the ambulance and they had to rip me out of my clothes, from the time I took injections to the ending process, all the way to the end, I prayed and asked God to call on my ancestors and give me guidance and strength and make it out of all of this alive. And I did. I'm here. Praise be to my ancestors and God to this day. But I want to give a special thanks to the anesthesiologist and the surgeons for initially getting me through the process, because the anesthesiologist, whom was a black man that gave me hope, he was the first person I saw before I went into the surgery room. And when I tell you, the surgery room is all the way at the bottom of the hospital where the morgue is. So you are, I was traumatized by that. Like, I'm down here where, you know, on the same level as people that are deceased, dead, or whatever. And that was traumatizing. Like I said, it scared the wits out of me. Like, OMG, I'm down here. And then going into the surgery room, the surgeon, he said some really kind words, and then the next thing I know, he was telling me, before you know it, you're gonna be counting sheep to, and before you'll count sheep, and before you get to 3, you'll be asleep. And I'm like, okay. But walking into, I don't remember if I walked, floated, or got wheelchaired into the surgery room. All I know that there was I remember a camera being in the corner, and that gave me a sense of security. The anesthesiologist being African American, that gave me a sense of security. And the kind words that the surgeon said also gave me a sense of security. So I walk into the surgery room, and I see the camera, the surgical bed, the lights, and everything. And right there, I think your girl spirit and soul just left her body, and everything else was a blur, like real foggy, because the type of person that I am, like I told you, I don't like guts and gore and all of them things like that. But I felt like I was in a real life American Horror Story. Like I felt like I watched too much American Horror Story, and now my life is turned into American Horror Story. No cap. So I get through the surgery, I'm up there in recovery, and I'm just like trying to call my mind, body, and soul back to me, my mind and my soul back to me. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm in a little bit of pain. I'm in a lot of pain, but it's not registering properly. So they take me up to the initial hospital room where I'll be staying, and lo and behold, your girl had to do like time in there. I look at the hospital and I'm like, oh man, like, no, how long do I have to be here? And they like, it's up to you and your recovery process. It could take anywhere from 3 weeks to a month. Your girl was in there trying to learn how to walk again, take the steps, move my bowels, urinate. I had to urinate for like 2 weeks through a catheter. That is the most uncomfortable, icky feeling ever. Then they had the pain medication that you press a button and it comes through the tube into your veins immediately. And that is another thing that actually saved me, because if it wasn't for that, your girl would have been cursing out them nurses and everybody that came to visit. Let me just apologize right now. I'm so sorry that I was so mean, because guys, I was mean during that process. When I was laid up in the hospital, I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want nobody touching me, visiting me, anything. And the only person that really was allowed to was my heavenly best friend, lover, Dutchie, Sean Benjamin. He was the only one that I would feel comfortable coming to see me in that condition. I mean, I was toe up. I looked toe up from the flow up. Like, I was bent out of shape. I just got out of surgery and I was in so much pain, and I was just not knowing how to feel and express it all. But he was very understanding. Thank you, my love, for being understanding and caring, because without him, I don't even think I would be able to get through the whole process and situation if it wasn't for him, actually. So I did my time up in there, learned how to walk and do everything again. Within going into the fourth week, like I would say the middle of the 4th week, I started to really be able to say, okay, yeah, they're gonna discharge me and I'll be able to go home. So the day that I got discharged, it was like, oh wow, outside, oh my god, I'm alive, I'm here, but I can't do anything. I'm wheelchair have to be transported into the vehicle. And the vehicle ride was like, that's how it felt like. It felt like we was it felt like I was on a roller coaster ride. So I said, you know what, I'ma just lay down, because I was in the back, just in case I needed to lie down. Get home, get through the car ride, get home, and guess what? Excuse me, no lie, I'm seeing my child's father sitting in a vehicle across the street, and then boom, a guy hand me these papers when you've been served. This man just served me with custody papers and ACS and all of this as soon as I get out the hospital. So I have to rush my body to recover again, because the first time I was rushing my body to recover is because I didn't want to stay in the hospital for over a month. You know, the bill is crazy. 2, I had to rush myself to recovery because this man want to send me to court, and I have to make it to court and be an able-bodied person and let them know that I could take care of my son and do all things parental for my child. Okay, so I was like out of whack. Already been going through ACS and problems with him throughout this whole time before I even got injured and got into an accident. He been doing all of this. So my thing is, you wait good and well till I'm getting. How did you even know that I was getting out that day? But that's neither nor here or there. I got myself able to make the court appointments and everything like that. But rewinding back to the day I got discharged out of the hospital, I just wanted to relax. I needed my pain meds and everything, and it was just so crazy. Like, I just wanted to lay down, go to sleep, and you know, my medicine, that's why I don't like pills. That's another reason. This is another reason why I don't like pills, because of the effects that it have on your body and everything of that nature. The pills was helping me along, like, after I got out, but I couldn't continue to take them because due to the effects that it was having on my body. Like, it was really, I could feel myself like that dozing out in the middle of a movie or a conversation or anything after I take my medication. So it was like really putting a negative effect on me after releasing me from the pain. But it did work for the pain. I'm not gonna lie about that. That thing worked for the pain, and I needed it tremendously after my surgery, because the pain just was hitting me. It felt like whatever is in me that looks like this, the fusion, I guess it wanted to fuse in immediately, but instead of it feeling like it was going like this, it felt like it was going like that. It felt so crazy what was going on inside of me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna hold you. I will recommend, if anyone is going through any accident, pain from an accident or whatever the case may be, I do recommend you getting your fusion, because it's very beneficial. Like, it's well over 10 years later, and I have complications, which is what's the word, acceptable, or yeah, it's known that these things, you're gonna have some complications, and your recovery and fusion also depends on you as well. So like I said, if you been in a car accident or had any major injury that affected your back, and your back is in excruciating pain, the fusion will help you be in less pain than you was with the problem. So go get your back checked out and immediately, and see if you're eligible for a spinal fusion, because I feel like there are benefits of having the fusion and there are some cons as well, but it's better to have it than not have it when you're faced with that pain and everything that you endure when you go through a major accident or a fall, anything of that nature. So yeah, where was I? Back then, I think it took maybe 2 to 3 weeks for a lot of the medications and stuff to come out of me. I guess that's why I had the most enormous poop known to man that had ripped my booty hole inside out and left blood on the tip of the feces, because it was so huge. When I say this dunk was huge, it was huge. It was like I gave birth through my anal. That's how big this poop was. I mean, I tried everything to poop this turd out. I mean, standing up, on my knees, every which way you could think of, trying to get a large. I didn't even know it was going to be that large, but I'm just letting you know that's something else that I went through. My man was so good at the time. I couldn't really go back and forth to the bathroom to urinate before that big giant poop. I used to urinate by my bedside in a pail, a urine pan, and he was like the best, because he the one who told me to do that. He like, no, I hate seeing you struggling going to the bathroom, pee in a pail. I'm like, I don't want to have to keep dumping it, my back hurt. He's like, no, I'm gonna dump it for you. If I'm at work, just leave it there. When I come home, I'm gonna dump it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do you that. Like, no, no, no. And he was so persistent on me just releasing myself in that pail. And shout out to you, baby, for being the amazing man that you were throughout my life. Okay, so that was that. What else did I go through with this spinal fusion? Of course you're gonna have side effects. That's a given. You're gonna have side effects with any major invasive surgery. You're even gonna have it with oral surgery, breast surgery, butt surgery. Any surgery is gonna be some type of after effects. Yeah. So overall, I believe I had a very successful fusion, and my doctors and everyone else would agree. It was very successful, but I am limited to pushing, pulling, lifting, and things of that nature. I am 100% not disabled, but I'm not 100% able-bodied. So I can do things, but with limitations. So in my eyes, with those limitations, I am 100% disabled, because if you cannot do something 100% to your ability, then you're disabled from doing that. It's a disability. I can do it, but I can't do it. It's just a disability all around in my perspective, because you know, that's just how I feel. But at the end of the day, that's not neither here nor there. That's probably a whole nother video. But what else can I say I faced. Like, everything that I had to deal with outside of the surgery, that was just outside of the surgery. But while having the surgery, going through the whole process, I had to be faced with so much other stuff that wasn't even related to my injury, that made it a lot more stressful and overwhelming than it had to be. So I'm coming to an end of this video, and like I said, if you have any questions about spinal fusion and you would like to know more, I will be more than happy to tell you in detail more about my spinal fusion. But as for right now, I think that's pretty much all of it. Yeah, after I stopped taking the meds, I just had to keep going to therapy. And it's like, you have to live your life like a spa life. You have to stay healthy and do everything accordingly. You don't want to re-injure yourself, and you want to stay alive for the most part. So I don't know if I missed anything. That's why I said drop your comments in the comment section, and like this video, subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.